Hey guys, thank you for tuning in today. I've had so many requests for this to be a weekly podcast, and in the future, it will be. But because of the time I devote to balancing my family life and building a business from home, for right now, this will remain every other Monday. So set your alarms. I absolutely love pouring motivation and inspiration into the world, so I appreciate so much that you all want to tune in weekly. And in the future, I know in my heart this will be a weekly podcast. Today's topic is on learning how to celebrate ourselves, how to celebrate our own wins, no matter the size of them. Not waiting for someone else to clap for us, but to clap for our damn selves. I know this is something so many of us struggle with, but I do believe it's especially harder for women. But if you're a dude tuning in, don't shut me off yet. You'll have some takeaways here too. But for a second, ladies, you know how it is. When you're out for that girls' night, or you're at that party where all the girls are stuck in one area and the guys in another. By the way, I absolutely hate that. Anyway, that's a loaded topic for another day. But you know, when women get together, the topic is not usually our wins. The topic of conversation is struggles that we are going through. Marriage, body image, parenting, how many days of dry shampoo we're on, or our messy home, or not feeling respected at work. This is how women connect to one another. And when that one woman walks up full of confidence and says how she's winning at life, oh, she gets the stare down, honey. Like, how dare you boast? But you know what? Men boast all the time. That's how they connect. Over their golf swing and their promotion at work and how many beers they drank without falling over the night before. You don't see them coming together and saying, oh, my garage is a wreck. I haven't had time to shave my face in a week. I feel so fat. They're not doing that. And you know what? It's not that they may not be feeling those things. I mean, we all have feelings, good and bad. It's just that they connect over their wins, and they're celebrated for it. As women, we have to get to a place where we are comfortable speaking highly of ourselves and where we celebrate each other. I get that with your bestie, you may connect over struggles sometimes. But a lot of the times, we hide our wins to make others feel more comfortable, to fit in, to seem more relatable. But we can flip this, ladies, and I believe if we flip how we talk about ourselves to others, we can change how we talk to ourselves as well. And I don't know about you, but I want to be in a circle of women who are celebrating each other, who are forcing me to level up. That's the kind of squad I want. I'm not saying pretend you're not struggling. We all struggle. But let's balance that with sharing how we are winning despite the struggles. No more bragging about our losses. Let's start celebrating our wins. I could get to the end of this day and say, I failed today. I slept in. I argued with my husband. I skipped my workout. I burnt dinner. I dried my husband's favorite jeans. I snapped at my children. And I'm pretty sure my husband probably doesn't even recognize the hot mess he's laying next to in this bed right now. Or I can say, you got out of bed today. You were tired and you still got up and you took care of your home. Your kids are healthy and safe. You have food in the cabinets and clothes in the closet, and you conquered some hard shit today. I wonder what else I can do even better tomorrow. You go, mama. What if you said that to yourself at the end of the day instead of the first narrative? What if you looked for the small wins in every day to celebrate? There's always something if you look for it. Where your mind goes, your energy will flow. All right, so I mentioned in my intro episode that I'm an Enneagram 3. The achiever. And with that, for me, also comes feeling like I'm never doing enough. So that's why I chose this topic today, because it's something I personally struggle with a lot. But I have gotten better over the past 6 months because in building a business from nothing, you face so many struggles. The money is not just flowing in at first. You don't have the customers banging at your door every day. No one is seeing your hustle. No one's there when you're making pennies an hour. No one sees your vision. It's very mentally challenging. I'm already getting emotional over it. Have I had an episode where I haven't cried yet, by the way? Good grief, y'all. I'm a very emotional person and also very passionate. And I love helping others by sharing my own stories. Because that's how we connect, right? But listen, I realized last year that when no one was celebrating my wins, or I wasn't getting some round of applause for a new rank in my business, I would feel defeated and like I wasn't doing enough. It's a terrible cycle to get stuck in, and it could have easily led me to say, you know what? I should just go back to the corporate world. People clapped for me there because that was familiar to them. That put me in their box. I was doing what they thought I should be, and I got applause there. But instead, I stopped and thought, but girl, look at you. You are doing right now what you wished to be doing 2 years ago. And now you're here, and you're surviving. You may not be making all the money you want to yet. You may not have the biggest team yet, but look at you. Look how many steps further you are than you were back then. You are a fighter. Look at the fight you've put up to be exactly where you are today. Celebrate it. No one's going to clap for you here in this stage, so clap for your damn self. And that is exactly what I've started to do more and more. And that's what I want you to do. I have to remind myself to do it quite often, because for so long, I didn't celebrate myself. I relied on outside approval. When we get stuck in that cycle of constantly vocalizing to others or to ourselves how we are failing, we start to really believe that we are. We start to think that we aren't doing enough, that something is wrong with us, and this keeps us from so much joy. People will celebrate your breakthrough, but not your been through. So listen, I know there's something we are all working on or towards, whether it's your fitness journey or your career or a hobby you want to make an income from, or on a relationship that you're building. People will celebrate when they can see you winning by their definition, when you have all this cash flow and you're buying nice things, when you've lost 40 pounds, when that Etsy shop is booming, or when suddenly they are calling you and your significant other #relationship goals. They don't know what you went through to get there. You'll be called lucky, blessed even. Then they will celebrate you. Why do I think people fail so much at things that are hard? Because we like recognition. We like being celebrated. And when we were little, we got it. But then we get to adulthood and people stop cheering for you. People aren't clapping for you in the middle of your struggle just because you haven't quit. If anything, they tell you it won't work. Whatever your dream is, it won't work. You should just go back to work. You should just accept your body the way it is. You should just leave that guy. And then we do. We quit. That is why I'm here today, to get you to show up for you during the struggle, to celebrate the work you're putting in every day to live a life that you're proud of, that gets you excited. If your passion is to be a stay-at-home mom raising your babies, or if your passion is to be a woman building a multi-million-dollar business from home, you have to start celebrating yourself more. You need to be your biggest fan, because at the end of a hard day, sometimes you're all you got. It's you and that voice in your head deciding if you're going to keep fighting or if you're going to quit and call yourself a failure because things aren't going perfectly. So train that voice in your head to start saying nicer things. I started this podcast, and you know the first thing I did after I published my first episode? I went and bought myself a bottle of champagne. Just a little mini one because, like I said, the money is not just flowing in right now. But I came home and I opened a champagne bottle for the first time in my life. And that sucker popped. And I was filled with so much joy. What if I hadn't done that? No one else would have popped that bottle for me that day. I looked up a YouTube video on how to open the bottle, by the way. But no one else would have celebrated it. And I would have left wondering, am I stupid for doing this? But instead I got ahead of that narrative and I said, holy shit, girl, you were terrified to publish that episode and look at you go. Look at you using your voice when you've been quiet for so long. Let's pop a damn bottle. Whatever negative things you've told yourself lately, whether it's the weight isn't coming off as fast as you want, or the business isn't as profitable as you want it to be yet, or your home is a wreck. I want you to ask yourself, what celebration are you robbing yourself of? Have you made a decision to start eating better and working out? Celebrate the decision. So many people never even take the first step because it's hard. Or girl, you broke out of the corporate mold and you're going after your dreams. Do you know how few people do that? Or there is not a manual on being a mom, but you are doing your best and your kids are thriving because you are their mama and they love you. Celebrate those things. Celebrate you. It's okay. It's okay to see the best in yourself. It's okay to just celebrate that you are trying, that you didn't quit today. You could have hid under the covers and you didn't. Pop a bottle, honey. I challenge you to celebrate a win you had today, no matter the size. I challenge you, when you feel that negative thought creeping in your head today, I challenge you to replace it with a positive one that celebrates you. I challenge you to start celebrating the wins of others more often because life is hard. Let's root for each other. And I challenge you to start sharing your wins with others. If your wins make your circle uncomfortable, get a new circle. Share this episode to your social media and tag me. And let's get more people celebrating their life today. And if you've decided to celebrate something today, share with me what that is so I can celebrate you too. Even if it's just that you got all the laundry done. You go, girl. Feels good, doesn't it? Okay, guys. Cheers to changing the narrative in our head and in our circle, and to celebrating all that we are thriving through every single day. And to popping a bottle of champagne for ourselves. Until next episode, friends. E.